Japan has more people living past 100 than anywhere else on Earth, and it's not just their diet. I tested their 6 daily movements for 1 week, and my balance and confidence improved in ways I didn't expect. Quick heads up, I'm sharing information, not treating anyone. If you've had falls, serious knee or hip pain, high blood pressure that isn't controlled, or recent surgery, please adapt these moves, or talk to your healthcare provider first. Always work near a wall, counter, or sturdy chair. Before we start, let's set up your space for safety and success. Clear a walking path free of rugs or obstacles. Have a sturdy chair within arm's reach. Wear supportive shoes with good grip, not socks or slippers. Ensure good lighting, especially if you practice in the morning or evening. If you use a cane or walker, keep it nearby. If you feel dizzy during any movement, focus your eyes on a fixed point and slow down or stop. Remember, choose the easiest version of each movement first. You can always progress later. I'm about to share the exact routine that helped me feel steadier and more energetic in just 7 days. But first, tell me in the comments. What's your biggest worry about staying mobile as you age? I read every comment and I'll share one specific tip for your situation. These aren't gym exercises or complicated workouts. They're simple movements that millions of Japanese seniors weave into their daily lives without thinking about it. Likely research suggests people who practice these habits may maintain better functional independence as they age. But here's what surprised me most. The movement that had the biggest impact wasn't the one I expected, and there's a simple 10-second test that may predict your independence better than most medical screenings. Let me walk you through each movement and show you exactly how I practiced them, what changed, and how you can start today safely. The first movement I tried looks like regular walking, but it's completely different. You walk at about half your normal speed while coordinating your breathing with your steps. I practiced this for just 5 minutes each morning, and by day 3, my morning stiffness had noticeably decreased. Here's how it works. Breathe in for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, then exhale for 4 steps. This rhythm may help calm your breathing and set a steady pace. Confirmed research shows that seniors adding regular walking supports healthy blood pressure over time. Start on flat ground near your home. Keep your eyes focused about 6 feet ahead. Roll through your entire foot with each step. Heel, arch, then push off with your toes. Let your arms swing naturally. The breathing pattern takes practice, so count your steps initially. If you feel dizzy or short of breath, slow down or take breaks. Morning works well because it sets a calm tone for your day. Your next move? Try 3 minutes of slow walking tomorrow morning. Focus more on the breathing rhythm than distance. Practice near a wall or railing if balance is a concern. Let me give you more detail on mastering this breathing pattern. If the 4-count exhale feels too long, start with a simpler pattern. Breathe in for 2 steps, then out for 2 steps. Once that feels natural, extend to in for 2, out for 3, then work up to the full pattern. When walking uphill or feeling winded, switch to natural breathing and focus just on the slow pace. Common mistakes include looking down at your feet, which affects balance, locking your knees, which creates stiffness, and holding your breath when concentrating. Think of it as moving meditation rather than exercise. If outdoor walking isn't possible, practice this breathing pattern while walking slowly in place for 1 minute before heading outside. Next up is what happens every morning at 6:30 across Japan when gentle music signals the start of broadcast calisthenics, a flowing sequence of stretches performed in about 3 minutes. This isn't like Western exercise. There's no straining or holding positions, just continuous gentle movement. Likely research suggests daily practitioners maintain better joint comfort and have fewer falls as they age. The sequence starts with gentle arm raises while breathing in, then lowering while breathing out. Next come arm rotations for your shoulders, gentle twisting for your spine, side bends that stretch between your ribs, and light marching with shallow knee lifts. You can find these routines online, but start with just arm movements if the full sequence feels like too much. The key is maintaining a rhythm that gently elevates your heart rate without strain. Practice this right after waking, before breakfast. This timing works well for most people's natural energy patterns. If you have shoulder problems, keep movements small and pain-free. Your next move? Try just the arm raises and gentle twists for 1 minute tomorrow morning. Focus on smooth, continuous movement rather than range of motion. If standing feels challenging, here's a complete seated version you can do in any chair. Start with arm floats. Raise both arms to shoulder height while breathing in, lower while breathing out. Do this 5 times. Next, shoulder circles. Roll your shoulders backward 5 times, then forward 5 times. Add supported torso twists. Place your hands on your shoulders and gently rotate left and right, keeping your hips facing forward. Include side bends. Reach one arm overhead and gently lean to the opposite side, feeling a stretch along your ribs. Finish with heel taps. Lift your heels and tap them down gently, activating your calf muscles. This entire seated sequence takes 60 to 90 seconds. Keep all movements within a pain-free range and stop if anything feels uncomfortable. Now the quiet powerhouse move that maintains the hip mobility, keeping you independent as you age. Walk through Japanese communities and you'll see elderly people comfortably resting in a squat position while gardening or socializing. They can hold this for extended periods, which helps them get in and out of cars, pick things up from low shelves, and tend to plants with ease. Likely, research suggests maintaining squatability helps preserve the hip and ankle mobility crucial for daily activities. Start with your back against a wall for support. Keep feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly outward. Lower slowly, letting your knees track over your toes. If your heels don't touch the ground, place a rolled towel under them. Hold for 10 seconds initially, building gradually. Practice 3 separate 10-second holds rather than trying for one long hold. Use this position functionally. Squat to organize low shelves or tend to plants. If you have knee arthritis, try a box squat instead. Sit back onto a low stool or ottoman, pause briefly, then stand. This gives similar benefits with less joint stress. Your next move? Practice one wall-supported squat today, holding for just 5 to 10 seconds. Focus on controlled movement down and up rather than depth. Here comes the simple test that may tell you more about your future independence than most medical screenings. Balance training is commonly recommended by healthcare providers because it's so effective at preventing falls. Confirmed research shows that balance training significantly reduces falls and hip fractures in older adults. When you stand on one leg, your body makes thousands of tiny adjustments. These strengthen not just muscles, but your entire balance system, your inner ear, joint sensors, and brain coordination. Start near a wall or counter for safety. Lift one foot just an inch off the ground. Focus on a fixed point about 10 feet away. Breathe normally and hold for 10 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. As you improve, try closing your eyes briefly for extra challenge. Advanced practitioners add small head turns or arm movements while balancing. If you feel unsteady, keep fingertips touching your support surface. If you have vertigo or severe balance problems, practice this with supervision or skip it entirely. Your next move? Try 10 seconds on each leg right now with your fingertips on a counter. Practice twice daily. Morning and evening work well. Here's your progression ladder to build confidence safely. Level 1. Place both hands flat on a counter and practice lifting one foot for just 3 seconds. Level 2. Use only fingertips for light touch while balancing for 5 seconds. Level 3. Hover your hands an inch above the counter, ready to touch if needed, and hold for 8 seconds. Level 4. Balance with no hand support for 10 seconds or more. Before you start, warm up with gentle ankle rocks. Shift your weight from your toes to your heels a few times. Keep a slight bend in your standing knee rather than locking it straight. If you feel dizzy, immediately place both hands down and focus your gaze on something stationary. Reset and try again with more hand support. If you held 10 seconds on each leg, type Day 1 in the comments. I want to celebrate your first step with you. Here's something remarkable about the next movement. Floor to standing transitions maintain strength, flexibility, and coordination that no gym machine can replicate. The complex movement planning required activates brain areas responsible for coordination and problem solving. Likely research suggests people who can rise from the floor maintain better functional independence over time. The safest method uses furniture support from a chair Lower yourself to the floor by placing one hand on the seat, the other on the floor, then lowering to your side. To rise, roll to your side, push up to hands and knees, then use the chair to pull yourself to standing. Practice near sturdy furniture you can grip safely. Move slowly and breathe throughout. If getting to the floor feels too challenging, practice just the standing portion from a low stool. Even one floor transition daily provides benefits. The movement challenges multiple muscle groups and coordination systems simultaneously. If you have severe knee or hip limitations, work with a physical therapist to modify this safely. Some people benefit from practicing the movement pattern in bed first. Your next move? Try the chair-assisted method once today. Focus on controlled movement and using furniture for support. Stop if you feel pain beyond mild muscle effort. But here's the twist. The final movement surprised me most during my week-long experiment. You hold a towel with both hands and perform gentle twisting motions that activate muscles throughout your entire body. Emerging research suggests this type of isometric exercise may help maintain core strength and spinal mobility. Sit tall in a chair with feet flat on the floor. Hold a hand towel horizontally at chest height, hands about 18 inches apart. Create gentle tension by pulling outward slightly. While maintaining this light tension, slowly rotate your torso to the right, keeping your hips facing forward. The twist comes from your core, not your arms. Hold for 3 seconds at comfortable rotation, then return to center and twist left. Keep breathing steadily throughout. Inhale to center, exhale during the twist. Start with minimal tension and small rotations. You can progress to slightly more tension or deeper twists as it becomes comfortable. Some people prefer doing this lying down if sitting is uncomfortable. If you have back problems, use very light tension and small movements. Stop if you feel any sharp pain or significant discomfort. Your next move? Try this for 30 seconds right now. Create gentle tension in a towel or just clasp your hands together and twist slowly while breathing steadily. Now let me share what happened during my 7 days with this routine. Day 1 felt unfamiliar. The slow walking required patience. The morning movements felt awkward, but by day 3 I noticed I was walking more confidently. By day 5, the biggest change wasn't physical. It was mental. I felt more aware of my body and how I moved through space. My single leg balance improved from a shaky 8 seconds to a steady 20 seconds. Day 7 brought the real surprise. These weren't exercises anymore. They'd become part of how I moved through my day. Which movement feels most realistic for you to try this week? Knees hate squats? Try wall sits for 10 to 20 seconds or sit to stands using a higher chair. The key is controlled movement, not depth. Balance feels scary? Keep both hands on a counter initially. Progress to fingertip touch, then one hand, then brief moments without support. Can't get to the floor? Practice the movement pattern in bed first, or work on chair to standing transitions to build similar strength patterns. Monday, 2 3-minute mindful walks, focusing on breathing rhythm. Tuesday, add 10 seconds per leg balance practice twice daily. Wednesday, include 1 minute of gentle morning movements. Thursday, try one supported squat hold, 5 to 10 seconds. Friday, practice chair-assisted floor transition once. Saturday, add 30 seconds of gentle trunk rotation. Sunday, combine your 3 favorite movements into a 5-minute routine. Here's how to build beyond your first week. Week 2, anchor each movement to something you already do daily. Practice mindful walking after your morning coffee. Do balance training while your teeth are brushing. Add morning movements right after you feed your cat or check the weather. For progressions, try 5 repetitions of box squats instead of holds. Work up to 2 10-second balance holds per leg. Extend your breathing-focused walk to include gentle hills or varied terrain. The key is consistency over intensity. 5 minutes daily beats, 30 minutes once a week. These 6 movements create a complete system for maintaining your body's functionality. They address strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination simultaneously without requiring equipment, gym memberships, or special clothing. The revolution in aging isn't about fighting time. It's about moving through it gracefully. You can start today with just 3 minutes. Choose one movement that feels most comfortable and practice it near appropriate support. Tomorrow, add a second movement if the first felt good. Which movement will you try first, and what's your biggest concern about starting? Balance, knee comfort, or something else? Share in the comments and I'll respond with a specific modification for your situation. The Japanese have given us a simple, sustainable approach to aging with strength and grace. Comment checklist if you want the printable plan with all 6 movements and safety modifications.